I mean, aside from that, it was
the one
much...
movie that you made, yeah? That you made the movie. Let's just understand. Did you make it with your pants up or down?
I had my pants up.
Oh, really?
I mean, she unzipped me at one point, but you couldn't see that on camera. And I used it to like talk about the differences between men and women.
Right. Okay. So you were basically at Sonic. You were Sonic throughout that whole...
Yeah, and I wore the same suit that I wore to Temple. Just my nice little cream-colored white suit. I looked like a good Seventh Adventist schoolboy.
Did you wipe off all the stains?
Well, I stopped before I could climax because I thought I'd be taking advantage of her because she was the star of the movie. So, like, I stopped the blowjob before the climax. I was really saintly. Like, I was like Saint Francis of Assisi. And so I can't imagine that like a father is going to have problems with me dating his teenage daughter.
All right. Now I'm going to bring up. Are we done with this? Or you send your piece? Okay. So what are we saying here? So Abe's asked a few questions from that I wanted to cover. Wait a second. There's more here. Hang on a minute. I don't think we can leave so quickly. I saw a girl look like Esther at Cafe Aroma here in San Antonio.
How would he know what she looks like?
I'm not sure on that, but I don't even know what Cafe Aroma is. Okay, I don't know what to do with that.
How do you find things in common?
Oh, it's a kosher cafe
with a teenager, Robs. I mean,
oh, isn't that the question that I said in a recent something that when did that happen? Was that with you? Was that with you, like a recent show? When I said, what? I'm like, everything's getting confused. Was that last week's show with you?
I think so.
And what was the topic?
Liberals and same-sex marriage.
Oh, right. Because last week we were talking about liberals will get behind same-sex marriage. Like, don't dare ever suggest to them that maybe, same-sex marriage is that something you might want to reconsider as getting behind because like Torah doesn't sanction it and it's like but like God forbid you can't bring up anything like that, but then these same hypocrites will turn around and they'll judge a relationship between an older guy and a younger woman, or an older woman and a younger guy, and they'll be like the first person in line to come and tell me that, what are you doing dating a teenager? What are you possibly going to have in common with them? What are you going to talk to them about? And this is the same person who's so open-minded when it comes to people want to have a gay marriage. But God forbid two people should want to be, to be together, and one's older and one's younger. Suddenly, ooh, that's queer, Hypocritical to the max. Right. So that's what you were talking about. Because I knew, like, wait a minute.
Right, because, like, you could talk to her about what it's like to have a driver's license. You could talk to her about what it's like to be able to drink alcohol. You could talk to her about what it's like to be able to die for your country, join the armed services.
All right.
You can talk to her about what it's like to be able to go to a strip club. I mean, there are a lot of things that you can talk to a young person about and, like, help educate them about life.
All right.
So yeah, I see the possibilities.
Okay, great. All right, now I'm going to tackle this guy's questions. Okay, so Abe's asked me 3 questions. Of course, he hasn't told us how much he's going to pay for the answers, right?
Hey, we're here to give.
But, 3 of them, so I'm figuring there should be a good price here. Because 1 of them, right, but 3 of them is 3 times that. Maybe I can give him like a discount or something. He writes to me, he said, Rabs, you said vegetarianism is not a Torah concept. We've talked about that on the show before. And his first question is, yet we see that the generation from Adam to Noah were not allowed to eat meat. And my answer is, you just answered your own question, Abe's. You just answered your own question. Why? Because you just mentioned the answer. The answer is from Adam until Noah, right? From Adam until Noah, we didn't eat meat. We're long past that. Now we're from Noah until Messiah. And from Noah until Messiah, we eat meat. And that's why Noach was given an additional mitzvah, which we talked about last week, right? Because we talked about that there was the 6 mitzvahs of the 6 laws that were given to Adam, and the 7th one was given to Noach, and that's why they're called the 7 laws b'nai Noach, because from that point forward, everybody had the 7th law. They had all 7, right? Adam had the first 6, right? And I even, the next day, I put on your Facebook wall the Makoros, right, from where you can learn that Adam had all 6 and all that. So anyone who says that Adam didn't, that the 7 started, that we did not even have any of these until Noach, is obviously someone who hasn't learned Torah, because it says in several places that Adam had all 6. Now, so the idea of it's not a Torah concept, why don't we look at what Adam did, is tantamount to saying tefillin is tefillin is a Torah concept, and then you say, well, Adam didn't have tefillin, because what does that got to do with anything, right? We're talking about now. Now, vegetarianism is a concept that Torah has no place in Torah, because Torah was clearly given to Jews, and eating meat is a big part of it. We see it with karbanos. We see it for 1,000 years. We were doing karbanos with animals and eating and all this, and this is a big part of Judaism. The 5th of the 5 books of Moses, the 3rd book is all about the laws of bringing karbanos, of shechting behemoths. That is a central part of Torah. It's a central part of Judaism.
Yeah, and you can tell the teenagers, like, when you grow up, you don't have to eat your vegetables anymore. You can ride a bike without training wheels, and you don't have to have, your parents dictate what time you go to bed at night, and you don't have your parents tell you when you have to take naps. So there are all these things to look forward to, and that's the sort of wisdom that you can share with someone in her teens.
What does that have to do with what I'm talking to him
about? Eating vegetables. You don't have to do that anymore.
Okay, so you're still holding by that. So let's go back to that. Esther writes, in the UK, you can do all of those things here in the UK. She's talking about driving a car. You mentioned driving a car.
What about riding a bike without training wheels?
Yes.
Can you do that at 19?
They can drink alcohol before at 18.
Can she go to bed anytime she wants? Does she have to clean her plate?
You're such an asshole.
Do her parents make her take a nap every afternoon?
You are such an asshole. But all of those things, all of the laws would have ages. The UK is much more... she doesn't even live at home. The UK is much more... They had their head on straight. Only the US has these verkachte rules. You have to be 21 to have a drink. You can 18, we can send you... Yes, we can send you into the army, and we can send you to the front lines. You can have your head blown off, right? At 18, you can go have your head blown off for all we care. We'll send you into that and get your head blown off. But God forbid, if you come back and you ask for a drink, that you can't have. You can go blow somebody up and be blown up, but you can't have a drink. What kind of fucking ridiculous is that? Is that the most retarded thing you ever heard? I mean, come on. If you're old enough to go to war, right, and we're going to send you to the front lines, you can have a beer. Okay? I mean, come on. Right? God, I never understood that. Right? Torah has it right. 13, you're an adult if you're a male, right? And 12 if you're a female. Females grow up earlier, so 12 counts. Right? Torah has it right. And you should have, I don't believe there should be an age for a driver's license. If you can operate the vehicle and pass the test, you can drive!
Right, so if you put some books on the driving seat, you'll have to see above the steering wheel. And she's got wheels, man. You just give her the keys, give her maybe a stack of books about this high, and say, baby, you can drive my car.
All right. This is also stupid, and I'll tell you why I'll slug it up. I know many adults who are my age who are very, very short. I've seen women who are very short, and they're 4'8", 4'9", right? But I've seen very much young people who are very tall. She writes, I'm 5'6", you idiot. This guy's really digging this. And then maybe wonders why no women, come up to him because the guy constantly. Do
you have any friends, Esther, that you'd like to set me up with?
You think she would do that to her friends? She thinks she'd take one of her friends and put them in with you and have them these people wouldn't talk to her again. All right.
Baby, you can drive my car.
Kosher High 613, please tell us what your name is. You said you